We live in a wasteful world, in all continents, including Antarctica itself. Trash is in bounties never seen before the dawn of modern civilization. The garbage affects negatively everything in the planet, from the food to the survival of entire animal species. Worse, the wastefulness of human behavior can lead to devastating environmental and human health consequences. The zero waste lifestyle system asked many prominent writers and travel bloggers on their experiences on waste. Some offered efforts of positive waste management, but the majority saw horrifying occurrence of garbage in human life. Nevertheless, all provide their tips on living sustainably in a wasteful world. Here are some of their experiences. Undrinkable water in single-use plastic in Cuba. Although we all aim to reduce, reuse, recycle, I've never seen a more complicated situation than in Cuba. Like many countries, you can't drink the water. It's not cheap, and so many Cubans boil and then filter the water with a cheesecloth. Tourism don't have the time or ability to do that, so they buy single-use water bottles. However, Cubans have mastered the art of reusing items. They will wash the plastic bottles and reuse them for everything from cooking oil to selling drinks on the street. No recycling in Israel. Israel is not exactly a champion at recycling and avoiding waste. It's actually shocking how a country that can be so modern, so forward-thinking, has been doing so little to reduce waste and recycle. Things such as use of plastic straws, disposable plastic cups, hand cutlery, and single-use plastic bags are still very much a thing. To add to the concern, there is the fact that almost no recycling is done. There is no door-to-door waste collection, so nobody feels particularly compelled to separate. No food waste in South Korea. When I first arrived in South Korea, I was shocked at how much food was wasted. The custom in the country is to serve Korean food with several side dishes for free, called banchan. This can include things like kimchi, seasoned spinach, and soy-braised peanuts. And if you want more, you just shout literally. Yet what I saw is that sometimes Koreans don't even touch the side dishes, and I started wondering, where did it all go? For a country that contributes 130 kilograms of food waste per person per year, this is a massive relief. The government started by banning food dumping in landfills in 2005, and then in 2013 introduced compulsory food waste recycling in biodegradable bags. Food is either transformed into fertilizer, animal feed, or bio-oil or biogas. This is a remarkable story of waste with a positive spin, and I truly hope that other countries follow. I can now eat my banchan in peace. Plastic waste in airplanes but waste-free shopping in Guatemala. Going waste-free is something radical for many of us. But on a trip to Guatemala last year, I learned that actually it's a lifestyle as old as the earth, and one that too many of our Western cultures have forgotten about. When I got to Guatemala, the local people use markets for buying their goods. Many arrive with reusable containers or bags for their purchases, thus cutting out their reliance on the wasteful plastic packaging that you find in the supermarkets. What it taught me is that there is an answer. It's buying locally at farmers markets and small grocers and bringing our own receptacles with us. It takes more time, but I learned that making an extra effort, as I saw those in Guatemala doing, can make the world of difference. Single-use plastic in Southeast Asia. Although I had been consciously reducing my single-use waste for years by not buying water bottles and carrying a reusable shopping bag with me, the penny dropped on how bad the situation was, and in turn, how much more I could do when I was traveling through Southeast Asia. 2 incidents, a river cruise in Hoi An, Vietnam, and a shopping mall in Chiang Mai, Thailand, showed me that single-use plastic is being consumed at an outrageous rate and is not being disposed of properly, or rather at all. After that, I created my own zero waste kit that I take with me everywhere I go. It includes all the tools I need to never create any single-use waste, plastic or otherwise, whenever I leave the house or the country. Addiction with single-use plastic in Malaysia. Malaysia has a terrible single-use waste problem. It's more than a problem. It's an addiction. There is a little education about the devastation it does to the planet, and single-use plastics are convenient. It's not just straws that are given with every drink. They were banned a year ago, but shopkeepers and hawker stalls pretend not to know about the ban. Most people drive scooters here, so to go drinks, even coffee, comes in a plastic bag with a straw. Why? Because it's easy to hang on the scooter's handlebars. In the wet market, they hand out plastic bags for everything. They throw raw chicken, fish, and pork directly in plastic bags. Since cross contamination is a big no no, one piece of chicken goes in one bag, five shrimp in another, and so on. People leave the market with 10 mostly empty bags. In a grocery store, they wrap things like single bananas, cucumbers, carrots, and avocados in plastic so they can pre-weigh and put a price sticker on them. It's absurd. They just ban plastic bags from Monday to Wednesdays, supposedly not even for purchase. It's a start, but sadly, there will be no one to enforce it. Hopefully, now that Thailand has banned plastic bags, Malaysia will jump onto the bandwagon. Motorhome waste. We live and travel in Europe in a motorhome and love to wild camp. To many, this means hiking up a mountain and sleeping in a tiny tent overnight. In the van community, it means finding a free place to park and sleep overnight. This could be a car park or by the side of the road, but for us, it means solitude, a glorious view, and not many other people around. We are so privileged to be able to see the world from the comfort of our motorhomes. Let's not slowly destroy it and thoughtless and irresponsible waste disposal. Find out more about van life and the correct management of motorhome waste. In conclusion, it's unfortunate that our world, with so much convenience and comforts that make human life easier, is also a wasteful world. More so that this wastefulness leads to the degradation of many ecosystems worldwide. However, we should not wallow in pity over the vast waste pollution issue. Instead, we should push for the change ourselves. Push for a less wasteful world by first individual actions. Shop more consciously, reduce your single-use plastic consumption, conserve your energy by using electricity more efficiently, participate in cleanups, upcycling, and other waste reduction efforts. Most importantly, we also need to clamor for societal changes, lobby for policies such as the Green New Deal that cater to protecting the environment and animal rights while improving the economy inclusively, petition companies to ditch single-use packaging. Above all, we need to work together to keep our planet thriving for future generations.